Nigerians, mixed reactions have continued to trail the rejection of 17 nominees of the Lagos State House of Assembly. Recall that Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu sent 39 names to the Lagos State House of Assembly for screening, of which the Speaker of the House, Mudashiru Obasa, presided over the day's sitting and confirmed only 22 names, some of which are Honorable Layode Ibrahim, Mr. Mobolaji Ogunlende, Dr. Dolapo Fasawe, amongst others. While those not confirmed includes Folashade Adefisayo, Professor Akin Abayomi, Mr. Yomi Oluyomi, Mr. Gbenga Omotosho, amongst others. While commending the committee for its effectiveness, he urged the confirmed nominees to always remember that they are in office to serve the people of the state and not individuals. But the question as to why almost half of the names given were rejected is what Nigerians are asking. Joining us in the studio is a former member of the Lagos State House of Assembly, Segun Olulade. Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
All right. I also have here with me a former member of the House of Representatives representing Lagos Mainland, Honorable Jide Jimoh. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Let me begin with you, Honorable Jide Jimoh. This matter has been, made in controversy, so to speak. There's been divergent views because the committee did not give us a reason why these people were not confirmed. But from your perspective, what do you think played out?
Well, first and foremost, I give thanks to Almighty God, the ruler of heaven and the earth, who has created me, and who has also given me an opportunity to serve my people in Lagos Mainland, Lagos State, and Nigeria. You might not know, I am also a former member of Lagos House of Assembly, right. 1999 to 2007. I served with Ashwaju Bola Tinubu. Having said that, if you want to talk on an issue like this, there's no way we will not start from democracy. So the democracy itself has been defined as government of the people, by the people, for the people. The word people is being mentioned 3 times. There's no... Yes, 3 times. If you are talking about that, you want to talk about system of governance. You cannot talk system of government without legislature. Parliament is the bastion of democracy.
Right.
It's the stronghold of democracy. It's the heart of democracy. It's the bulwark of democracy. Therefore, you cannot do without it, because that's the representative of the people. That are being elected by the people and for the people. That's 2. 3, executive. The 3rd one, judiciary. So that's why in the Constitution of Nigeria, as amended in 1999, Section 4, you have legislature. Section 5, you have executive. Section 6, you have judiciary. They are intertwined.
Yes.
They are interconnected. They fuse together. They work together. For what? For peace, progress and development.
Absolutely.
And also for people. So whatever thing that has happened, it is not a new thing in the system of democracy or in the system of governance. It is not. It has happened before in 1999. It happened when there was 8 assembly while you were there. Yes. Now it has not happened now. The only thing that has been different a little bit is because 44% of the ones that have not been confirmed are larger than others. The word rejection, I don't want us to use it.
So what
the Constitution is very clear. It's either approve or confirm. It's a matter of yea or yes. The institution of Parliament is a constitutional institution. The governor is an authority too, because it's the head of the executive arm of government. Coming down through transmission of names, nominees, to the House of Assembly for confirmation, for approval. It's a matter of instrumentality, making up of human beings, constitution, gavel, and what? The rule books. If they follow all this, there's no way they can give you any reason Because
all the people.
I'm telling you, I said, if they have taken a decision, right, they might have why they have taken that decision. That's number one.
Yes.
I'm telling you this. For the fact that that decision has been taken does not mean the governor cannot represent those names.
Okay.
He can represent.
Okay.
Final is not finality at times.
All right.
So that's just, I want to stop at that before I move on. Let me allow my colleagues to do the same.
Final is not finality at times. I like that aspect. Now, he mentioned that this happened in the 8th Assembly. Talk to us what happened at that time, what transpired that led to the non-confirmation, because he said we should not use the word rejection of some persons.
Another word that were used, that was used earlier, that I think we should not continue to use that word, is that ruffling the feathers. Everybody is doing,
of the executive.
Of the executive. Nobody is trying to do that. Excuse me.
We'll come to that. We'll come to that.
So
yes.
The fact still remains that everybody is playing their role as backed by the Constitution of Federal Republic of Nigeria. The governor has presented a name, and it is expected that the House of Assembly will screen those names and confirm them if they are well screened, and if they do not qualify by one means or the other. Well, what are the things? I have been opportune to have been a member of the committee that screened during the 7th Assembly when Mr. Babatunde Fashola was the governor, and when Mr. Akin Abayomi was governor, I was also part of the 7th and 8th assemblies where we screen members of executive being presented. And there are criteria.
Right.
There are things that people don't understand. Somebody comes to the parliament, I was showing chewing gum. It can be disqualified based on that.
Based on that?
Yes, and it has happened in Lagos. Right. So it's not something new.
Okay. What
happened now is that there are qualifications. For instance, anybody that's been presented according to the Constitution of Nigeria must be sponsored. It must be a member of a political party or sponsored by a political party. Where a political party cannot recognize a particular candidate that being submitted by the governor, that fellow cannot move, cannot be cleared. We have seen a situation, and I also want to disabuse the mind of Nigerians when they talk about technocrat or no technocrats. Sincerely speaking, the government of Alhaji Lateef Kayode Jakonde were purely politicians. And that regime, you can go back and see what they did during that period. When Asiwaju was governor of Lagos State, every commissioner must go back to your respective ward and the local government to be part of the ward meetings and LGA meetings.
Is that what happened in this case?
A lot of them do not even know their ward. A lot of them does not even know their LGA meetings. And let me also say this. There is no member or the members of assemblies, they are representing the people. They represent a constituency. The constituency have leadership in that constituency. Those leaders are expected to pass information to the representative, to give them feedback about people. And I also want to say this. The governor cannot just sit down in his house and list names out. There are people who have also been saddled with the responsibility from each local government to present names.
These people, yes.
Yes, it's not. I don't believe that he will just sit down and write names out. So he must have consulted some people to do the job. So it has nothing to do with the executive or the legislative. Because I can tell you, Mr. Governor and Mr. Speaker, they are best of friends. So it doesn't have any intrigues that anybody can be.
Really?
Yeah, there's no intrigues there. They are only doing their responsibility as a legislator and as a governor of the state. The governor has done the needful, and like my senior colleagues have said, the governor also have that responsibility to represent. Some might be because of documents. A little, maybe during your presentation of your document, something is missing. Or maybe it might be several other things. It might be because that fellow was not sponsored by a political party. It might even be because it was not well spread. According to the Constitution of Nigeria, which talks about federal character also.
Section 14.
Do you understand? Thank God my senior colleague is also a lawyer. So you understand that there are so many things that might make them not to clear a particular candidate. And they are not just coming out to say, oh, we are going to disqualify 17. No. It is individually they were. And you can see that on the day that the confirmation was being done, you will see Mr. Speaker asking the entire house. It's a house of 40. The entire house were saying nay or yea. So if there is a yea, you are qualified. You are qualified. If there is a nay, and if the house say no to you, you must understand that it is a house of 40. Even if you have one person. Another thing that people don't understand how parliaments operate is the fact that when a candidate is nominated, it's expected to be nominated from a particular area or constituency. That member of that constituency must be familiar with that fellow. And if the fellow is not familiar with the man presented or with the woman presented, then automatically.
But the local government that, put down the name of this person should also understand how close to the people this,
and that is where I am going. And that is where I am going. When local government are submitting names or stakeholders within the state are submitting names, if you submit a name that is foreign to the people, it is expected that the people will vote. So what is happening now is there is no issue at all. There is no issue. It is expected, and that is the beauty of democracy. It is only when we don't want democracy to thrive that we'll be talking about, it's not about personal issue. No, it's about allowing democracy to have its way. That's all.
Now, you are trying to make us understand, but the people in the committee did not explain this to people, and so we are seeing various information being bandied around.
No. You see,
speculation here and there being bandied around.
All those information are not formal.
They are not.
You have just said speculations and not information. The actual information should have come from the House of Assembly.
Absolutely.
If that has not come, all what you have been hearing or what you have heard are nothing but speculation.
But there's no smoke without a fire, don't you?
Of course, I'm telling you that. But I want to tell you right now that all those things are speculations. You see, in an institution that is constitutionally recognized, there is certain thing you must think about. House of Assembly is the house of constituted authority, recognized by Constitution. House of Assembly in Lagos State is being made up of 40 men and women. That's another instrumentality of that house. House of Assembly that has been made up of 40 men or women, and women are from different backgrounds, technocrats, professionals, educationists, well. Politicians, professional politicians. You cannot erode that. That's 2. 3, House of Assembly we are talking about as one authority that some people don't even know the rule. The rule of the house is very important, apart from the Constitution. That's another instrumentality. 3, the gavel is another instrumentality of that house.
All right.
4 is the word yea or nay. The word nay or yea. So yea means affirmative, while nay means negative.
Nigerians understand.
Yes, but for the fact that all those things have been come to play, and it was transparently done, you cannot query that.
Really?
You can't.
All right, let's go on the break.
But I'm just okay on the break.
Go on the break.
Okay, no problem. Thank
you very much. When we return, we'll continue this conversation here. To stay with us.
Your hair that go through a lot.
All right. Thank you for staying with us. It's always an interesting conversation behind the scene. We've been looking at the mixed reactions that trailed the non-confirmation, because our guest here says we shouldn't use the word rejection, of some 17 nominees by the Lagos State House of Assembly. That's commissioner nominees by the Lagos State House of Assembly. We still have our guests in the studio, a former member of the Lagos State House of Assembly, Segun Olulade, as well as former member of the House of Representatives representing Lagos Mainland, Honorable Jide Jimo. Honorable Jimo, you were saying earlier that you needed to head somewhere.
Yes, yes. I was talking about
you were making before the.
Yes, I was talking about the instrumentality of the House.
Absolutely.
And I've mentioned about 3, 4.
Yeah.
I want to mention the last one before you stopped me. The last one is public opinion. Because the public opinion also matters when it comes to confirmation. The last one I want to mention after that one is Governor Advisory Council, which is the leadership constituted by Asiwaju Bola Ahmed, the president in Lagos State, to do the nitty-gritty within the system and get things done in the right perspective.
How critical are all of these instrumentalities?
Yes, that's what I'm now saying.
Confirmation.
Yes,
nominees.
that's what I'm saying, that the public opinion might change things. The instrumentality of the leadership can also change things for positive way. The two must be combined together. Mr. Speaker is a member of GAC. Governors Advisory Council. Governors Advisory Council. He's a member of GAC. GAC might call Mr. Speaker and ask what has happened.
Yes, because we heard
by the time you get to Mr. Governor too is also a member of GAC. So there's no way others will not come in. There's no way the public opinion will not speak to this and get the result. All I know is that some other names can be represented. That's all.
Now, I was saying that we have read that the APC Lagos chapter is going to look into the matter. You have mentioned, you've touched on that. And that is why some persons are saying there is a political dimension to what is going on.
Everything is politics. Democracy is politics.
Going on, especially between the executive and the legislature in Lagos State, that there might be some friction.
No. There is no friction. They are just playing their role.
They are just playing their role.
Yeah, they are just playing their role.
Then there's all the other aspect. You mentioned public opinion. We saw some days ago that a group of Muslims under the umbrella of Lagos Muslim community staged a protest saying that they were not properly represented in this nomination of commissioners. And then some members of the House were also said to be aggrieved with the nominees, that there was no proper representation. And then people are asking, do we need to start sacrificing persons who we have seen perform? For instance, Professor Akin Abayomi, we saw what he did during the COVID-19 when it was at its peak. How he folded his sleeves, he was in the field doing what was necessary to ensure that, COVID was tamed to the barest minimum as it is in Lagos State. We have seen some of these persons perform so well. Do we have to sacrifice them on the altar of public opinion, of representation, and all of it that we are hearing?
Definitely. We have to, if it is about public opinion. The public opinion matters in governance.
Really?
If you neglect the public opinion, then you as the head of the government or whosoever is occupying a certain office will suffer it. And let me clear here about some issues. We have people who just believe that you have to be a professional to head a particular ministry. I beg to disagree.
Is there anything wrong with being a professional? It means
there's nothing wrong.
The job.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong. I'm only saying that there are people within that ministry who are specialized, experts in medical line. There are people in every other ministries that are expert in that ministry. What we need is an administrator to be a commissioner. I was chairman House Committee on Health in Lagos State. And you can go back and check my record as the chairman of House Committee on Health. I am not a medical doctor. And that speaks volumes. The only constitutionally backed commissioner is the commissioner of Justice and Attorney General of the states. Of the state, even at the state. I'm not talking about the federal now. Yeah. So that is the only constitutional backed commissioner. Every other fellow can be an administrator. You can appoint an administrator. And that is why when some people were saying that when they are presenting, that when the president should present the names of his ministers and put their portfolio, it's wrong. Because the president can decide, and as we have also seen, after the confirmation that he has moved some of them from the ministry that they were hitherto being given to another, the governor can decide to reshuffle his cabinet. So will that governor now go back to the house again to represent the same people that have been cleared?
Why not?
No. It will delay so the governor can wake up tomorrow and say, okay, you that is in finance, go to economic planning. You that is in education, go to physical planning. Because we have already made experts in different ministries that are working for the commissioner.
But these ones have been tested and trusted.
In this same state, we have had a lot of them that are still not coming back. And the man have served for 4 years. There's nothing stopping. We have members of the House of Assembly that also serve for 4 years and they leave the office. So there's no rule that says you must live for 8 years. There's no rule for that. And in Lagos, of over 20-something million people, are you telling me there's no other fellow that can be appointed?
This is someone he has worked with and he
has worked with, yes. The governor is not telling you that they cannot get somebody else.
He might want to keep working with him for his tenure.
He might.
Yes.
He might. And it's allowed. And let me also tell you, we will see people campaigning. The other day, Honorable Laiwola went to Jos and died. It is only his family that knows what is going on now. We have people who were dancing, walking, collapsing, slopping because they were campaigning. We have people who have invested so much.
Are you saying that because he did not get involved with the campaigning process, he should not be brought back? Is that what you're saying?
Well, if you are not qualified, if you don't think politics is good, that you cannot participate when the campaigns are going on, you cannot benefit from it. You should also stay away honorably from partaking from that same politics. If politics is not good, if you see politicians as nobody, don't come into politics. If you are coming into politics,
we cannot conclude that that was what happened.
No, I'm also not saying that is what happened.
Right.
I'm only saying if any individual believes that politics is a dirty game, don't come into it. Don't come and benefit from it. Stay away and allow those who are suffering, those who campaign. We are talking about the reward system today, and even within the party, people are not happy. So we must give them the opportunity to express themselves. And it's not that they don't have capable hands. And that is what the people, the majority of the House of Assembly who are representing the people of Lagos State have expressed with this confirmation. Some of them might not even be because of all these things that we are talking about. It might be because of his document. So when such people are able to tender the document or somebody have petitioned the House that you don't even know about, we have seen even at the national level that petitions, because of petition, somebody was dropped. And if he is able to clear himself, finally they will leave him and also confirm, as he has said, some of them can still come back, but not on the platform or on the platform of saying that somebody is qualified or somebody's performance. If it's about performance, there are so many people who have performed and they are not coming back.
But we cannot
even
wish
as a member
it
of
away. We cannot wish performance away, because what Nigerians or even Lagos residents want is that you can deliver on the dividends of democracy, on the promises that a government made
there are people
to the people
who are within the party, who have suffered, who understand politics, who suffered, who rolled up their sleeves politically and suffered, and they are qualified and they are professionals. They are not just any politician that does not have second address is not a politician, as far as I know. But if you are a politician, you have a second address. You know, you must have a second address. You must have something you are doing. Right. A lot of us, I just mentioned to you that
let me just say this.
Right.
That when we come to this kind of issue,
yes,
the major thing that is paramount to all of us is life.
Of course.
If it is life, there must be good governance.
Absolutely.
If it is life, there must be peace.
Definitely.
Because a peaceful environment is sine qua non to economic development. If you are now talking about all those things you have mentioned, we have so many professionals. We have professional politicians. We have professionals in politics. And we have politicians that are professionals.
It's okay.
And they can work. Leke Peter, Dr. Leke Peter, work with Asiwaju.
Yeah.
Dr. Leke Peter is a politician and I think a legal practitioner of note.
Medical.
I mean, medical practitioner of note. So many number of them like that. Wale Edu is a politician and he's a professional. We have so many number of them that are politicians. What he's saying is that if you know politics is not good, you can't reap from it. You cannot gain from it. You have to bring service, and service to humanity. When you are doing that, don't individualize it. Anybody can do the same job as well as good as you have done. You are a professional person. That does not mean you are the best in TVC. Any other person can do the same job we are doing here. And that is one thing I want to give to you. But give that to politicians, that we are not rubbish people.
Nobody has said.
I'm just telling you this. Whatever that has happened over there, you might not know the details of it.
We do not.
But we are not saying you do not know. Fine. But you want to know. In the case that you want to know, please invite the House of Assembly. Invite the spokesperson of House of Assembly to give you the detailed analysis of what has happened. That's number one.
The head of the committee was invited and he did not speak.
He did not speak?
He did not give details of why.
He has spoken.
He said it's about the 40 people that
that is it. That is speaking. That is the constitutional reply he has given to you.
Right.
Because that's an institution. Whatever he has given to you is the correct thing. It could be on anything. The constitution has never given them the right to explain. The constitution has never given them any right to explain in details. But what we are now saying is that we belong to the same family. We will go back to drawing board and sketch our plan. We will resolve for the purpose of peace, tranquility, law and order in Nigeria and Lagos State. Thank you.
You should also understand that in legislation, there is what we call misconduct.
Okay.
Misconduct can be anything. You can meet me in a function, in a social gathering, and you don't greet me, and I find out that I can come to the floor of the house and say there is a misconduct from your hand.
Because I did not greet you
because you did not greet me at a social gathering.
Interesting.
Yes.
That's our morality.
If you dress and you do not dress well, to the floor of the house, that's a misconduct. When you see an honorable member on the corridor, maybe you are coming for screening and you think that is my aburo. Aburo bawoni is a misconduct. Because that aburo, that your younger brother, is already representing the entire constituency, and it's now by virtue of that is representing the entire state. So you cannot, use foul language for such an individual or demean such an individual.
Right.
That is a misconduct. So there is a lot of things that have been classified as misconduct, and because of misconduct, a president can be impeached, a governor can be impeached, the chairman of the local government can be impeached. All executive arm of government can be removed for the purpose of misconduct. For that singular reason. So when we talk about legislation, that is a powerhouse. That is what authenticated this whole democracy that we are playing.
You're talking about.
So if there is no legislation or parliament,
no democracy.
There's no democracy. So the people have spoken. The 40 of them have spoken on behalf of the entire Lagos people. So we can't jettison that view. It's a view. And the sentiment you mentioned that the Muslim community
protested.
Yes, that's another concern.
Yes.
That the house must address. Everybody's view must be taken as a house. That might not be tenable because they are not coming to do Muslim or Christian or whatever Isheshe,
yes, as commissioners.
As commissioners. But if there is a concern, they must listen to them. And that's why you see the House of Assembly coming out to listen to them. That does not mean they are taking that as wholeheartedly. But what is important, what is backed by the Constitution, is the issue of spreading federal character.
Section 14.
You understand? That talks about spreading.
So
we have 5 divisions in Lagos. We have 20 local government and 37 SCDAs.
Yes.
They are expected, as they are being represented in the House, to also be represented at the executive arm of government. So where that is not followed, then there might be issue. Because when they are debating, even in the House, we disagree to agree in the House. So when we are in the House, you see Honorable Jide Jimo from mainland, Honorable Olulade from Ekpe. We are arguing on the same thing. We want something to come to my area. The other day, when we are talking about when they are talking about the university and the seat of the university from Ojo and Ekpe, we have issues. We have concerns, and we disagree. At the end of the day, it was agreed. And once the House speaks, that is a voice.
Finality.
That is a voice of the entire negotiation.
Now, you mentioned earlier that final is not finality.
Of course it is.
Now, I want you to perhaps expatiate on this, because we mentioned earlier that the Lagos chapter of the APC is wading into this matter.
I never mentioned the Lagos chapter.
I mentioned.
Okay.
I'm saying that I mentioned.
Okay.
I'm playing because we read that.
Okay.
That the Lagos chapter is wading in. But talk to us with final not being a finality, because you said the governor can still look into the list of these persons that were not confirmed and then retweak or do something.
You know, the governor himself is a professional person and he's also a politician.
Right.
That's why he was a former commissioner in Lagos State before he became chief executive at LSDPC. Now the governor of Lagos State, second term. And the deputy governor is also a politician and also a professional. For the fact we have all those in place, I'm a politician and I'm also a professional. He's a politician and also a professional. For the fact that we have all those in place, it does not mean we cannot resolve. Everything should be about consultation.
Right.
Should be about consultation. Discussing, stakeholders, discussion. Bring people together. Carry people along with whatever thing you are doing. That's why I said the Governor's Advisory Council, we're waiting, we consult, and we take the next step. We consider the public opinion in whatever thing we are doing, add it to whatever thing we have, and make a way out. I know why I say final is not final is because some people have not been confirmed. That does not mean they cannot be represented and now be confirmed.
Okay.
If we have ironed out some great areas. That's essence of consultation. Powerful consultation is very important because we are playing politics with people. And the word democracy is about people. And public opinion matters in this case. Take, for instance, Abayomi, you have mentioned, he's a professional person. He worked well during COVID, fine. He has been confirmed before. He was former commissioner. That does not give him the latitude to be confirmed again. He has said it. If Akin Abayomi is a professional person working in the hospital and do diligently things as far as his professional system is concerned, he must not take the politician for granted. You can't. Take, for instance, Mrs. Adefisayo is from our own local government, where we are conducting primaries and some other things. She came, she contributed. She might not know so many number of people, but that does not mean she's a perfect politician or perfect professional.
Is there any perfect politician or professional?
No, nobody's. That's what I say. I said that does not mean he's a perfect, no perfect human beings. But we can say he's a very good and qualified person to be there. But that does not mean another person cannot be there. That's number two. Number three is this. In Lagos State, we have over 25 million people. We are now talking only on 39 people. Out of these 39, 17 have not been confirmed. and we are shouting. How about all that 20-something million people that have not even been considered at all? We should count ourselves as being lucky, being fortunate, and being privileged. And we should give thanks to God. Lagos are giving so many things to us. We must give something back positively to them. That's number one. Two, Mr. President lost Lagos because we have taken it for granted.
Right.
We took it for granted. That's why we lost Lagos. It's unheard of. We must not repeat the same thing. And when Mr. President, when he came back to Lagos, he said, because I left, and that's why you people cannot deliver. Yegede. He messed all of us up. We must not allow that to happen again. Let's go back to the drawing board, resketch our plan, put things in place, and work hard so that we can achieve success. As the governor is working, as our assembly will be working, party politicians will be working, and Nigeria too will be working, and Lagos State will move on. That's all. Without Lagos, there cannot be Nigeria. We have 2 states in Nigeria, Lagos and others. Thank you.
Interesting. I know you would. Well, the Speaker of the House, Mudashiru Obasa, has told those who were approved that they now have the work cut out for them in terms of the fact that they are not to serve certain persons, but to serve the people. Now, what would be your advice to these persons that have been approved as commissioners? How should they write their name in gold, delivering on the dividends of democracy as well as on what the party promised the people of the state?
Thank you. I just want to advise them that that you are being screened today and confirmed today does not mean tomorrow. If you do not perform, or even if Mr. Governor decides that, okay, you have to go, in the course, maybe decide to also shuffle his cabinet.
Yeah.
And he take you out, and then I said, okay, maybe one way or the other, they find another means of bringing you in again, and said, okay, come and be this, that the House will now say, you have been confirmed the last time, so you can go. No, that's not the way it works. Now, it gave them an opportunity to also see the importance of the legislative arm of government. They will also understand the workings of government. And they should also understand that they are there to serve the people, not man. When you are serving the people, when your performance can be seen. You were talking about Professor Abayomi today because you felt he has performed. And in some quarters, it is believed that he has performed. To me, he has performed.
Okay.
But that performance might not be good enough for those who are screening him. I'm not there. Do you understand? But I know the yardsticks that are being used to screen people. It might even be that when he came in that day, maybe he did something that he might not even count. You understand? That is, and to the House is a misconduct. You understand? So those are the things that we just need to take home. Now, for those who have been confirmed, they should now start preparing for a great task ahead of them. He has told you now that we are not going to take it lightly with any one of them. We are going to bring them out if they are not performing. We will call them out now.
Accountability.
Accountability must be there. Because Lagos, we are not joking with Lagos any longer. As he said, Lagos and any other state are the 2 states we have in Nigeria. So Lagos is as big as a country, as even 2-3 countries putting together. Even in Europe and even in Nigeria, in Africa, I mean. So what I'm talking about is Lagos can not just be wished away and we just have anybody just doing whatever thing they like.
Right.
Everybody must be ready to perform and perform credibly. Right.
We have just some 30 seconds. Can you wrap up your final words on this?
Well, with what has happened in Lagos State, it's not something serious. As our assembly is there, as a constitutional body, to do the needful at the right time, The executive arm of government is also there to do the needful at the right time. So we get together and get the result done positively. Thank you.
And the party is there to harmonize.
To whip them into form.
To harmonize, because we campaign on the party platform.
Exactly.
All right. All right, gentlemen, thank you so much for your time on the program. Former member of the Lagos State House of Assembly, Segun Olulade, thank you, as well as former member of the House of Representatives representing Lagos Mainland, Honorable Jide Jumon, thank you as well.
And House of Assembly, Lagos.
All right, thank you.